Dum dee dum dum dum. Boop-a-doo-boo. As usual, I'm just going to poke at this starter well before the stream really starts. Know what I'm saying? I don't love the site here in the block quote, but it's kind of the correct behavior because I put the site in this HTML inside the P at the end. Maybe I should just move it out. It seems weird in there to begin with. And then it would render at the bottom, which I think is fine. And the italic is also fine. And that's it, I guess. Nothing here. Some sub and sup look. I like that. That's a good demo. Our tables are looking good. Lists are looking good. Definition lists are looking good. Kind of good. I fixed up these. Our disabled handling is looking good. I think it's pretty much done, which is kind of fun. I consolidated all these like extra markdown files we had into a README document. So I kept the CSS. There's no notes in the CSS unless it's like very relevant directly to the code and like things we could do in the future. And I think there's only 2 comments like that in the whole thing, and pulled out the rest of the credits that were taken from another reset into here. I think I'm happy with the principles. Let me read them out loud to make sure that they do in my head. This is not a reset. It's an opinionated starter. It's for me. The styles in here are useful to me. Use logical properties. Don't use custom. I'm going to say only logical properties. Don't use custom properties. Setting those up is a step too far for this starter. Use open props for that. Should I put the URL for open props? Nah, you can just Google it. Do accessibility things that are easy to forget about, but nothing so niche it doesn't come up for me often ever. Don't do too much. None of this is strictly necessary, so if it feels too weighty, I probably wouldn't use it. That's the Jonathan Snook thing. Did I link that? Snook. Yeah, doing less. Good. How tiny the icons are in Firefox. I want to look into that. Is that just how Firefox renders some Unicode characters? They're so little. I'm new to Firefox, and some things are just render a little different that I'm not used to. This isn't a thing. Anybody is going to npm install. It's not versioned or necessarily meant to be used wholesale. Copying out useful bits is fine usage. This is almost a list of things I wish. Do I want to caveat it like that? This is a list of things I wish were browser defaults, i.e. in the user agent style sheet, if I ruled the world and didn't have to care about backwards compatibility. Yeah, I'm not like actually advocating that they pick up these styles and put them in a user agent style sheet. It's just like if we were starting from scratch or something, maybe I would, but not always. So that's looking pretty good. We have prettier disable. I think I might just remove it. It is removed. Oh, I just had it. It had it as an open tab, even though it wasn't added to the block. That's fine, because you can do like, I can grab Pug here. Oh, wait, we got rid of that. But I think if I was looking at a block, ooh, we definitely don't need TypeScript. Disable, remove, remove. If you're looking at a block, didn't we design it so you could drag it? Anyway, or wait, view details. There you go. So you can look at a tab that you're not using in here, and that's fine. it's just going to tell you that it's not there and that you can just close it. So having prettier there wasn't a bug. I'm always looking for bugs. Looking for bugs. HTML is looking fine. So yeah, I think starter is pretty much ready to go. Just need to find a nice way to write about it or something. But the topic of today's stream is not that. The topic of today's stream is making a block probably for, is that what I have already started here? No, this is junk. Delete. I want to make a template, so maybe I should do it under CodePen templates of this, and I wasn't that happy with how far this got, so I'm also going to delete this. Just start over on this stream of using the classic block. What's the classic block, you ask? The classic block is unique. Ooh, I can use this classic block template, and that will get us, so we're using the classic block to start. The classic block is a block in blocks that processes HTML such that it grabs this HTML and it puts it into a complete HTML document. So you can see the processed HTML. It's in a complete document when it's processed, and it puts scripts and styles inside of it so that it's kind of like old school CodePen, where you're only seeing what's inside the body. And if you need a little bit of control over the full template, you do that through a config file, which is here. So this is going to have this viewport tag, and it's going to link up JavaScript and CSS. That's where you can put external resources and stuff as well. So it's just nice in that way. It just replicates old CodePen if that's what you want to do. And I thought we have a template, as you saw, of this really basic template, but it can be more useful than old pen because you have this full-on file system kind of thing going on. And then if you want like HTML includes or something, which I always wanted on the old CodePen, I could say rename. And I'm going to make this just nunjucks because nunjucks happen to be an easier way to do includes. So for example, I could make like a parts folder. That tends to be what I call little reusable chunks, and make a new file inside of it called nav, I guess. And then the nunjucks thing is like this, right? Include parts nav.njk. And then you close it with the number sign too. Is that the right syntax? I always forget. We're about to see if it works in a minute. So we'll go like home, burp, burp, about, contact. You can see it rendering. So I got the syntax right, which is nice. We can just say about and contact. Our web server will render those correctly should they exist. Now I'm going to make an about and contact page as nunjucks pages, but notice the URL parameter there needs to be about.pen.njk. That's going to trigger the classic block usage, and then it can be just like this. So this will be home, and about will be about. And see, we're not duplicating ourselves in the HTML, which is like a requirement for this nerd. Contact. Save. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. It's a 3-page site like instantly. That's so like, I don't know. Young Chris would have really liked this. Current Chris is very proud of himself for this, having an editor that's this nice, I guess. So if we're going real simple here, we could just go like class equals site nav, get rid of some of this stuff that we don't necessarily need. Site nav, background black, color white, padding 2 rem or something, and the links within it are some kind of other color. Why isn't that rendering? Oh, it is. It is. No worries. Color, current color, I guess. We should be using the reset here, but I have a reason not to that I don't want to dig into right this second. Display flex. Gap 1 rem. hover and focus styles. There's something very satisfying to me about like writing CSS from nothing, you know? What's like a reasonable thing to do on a hover there? Just pick a color for them to go. Nice hot orange or something. Boop, 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 boop. That is just lovely, isn't it? And then I wonder if I should have made like a layout in Nunjucks. I hadn't thought of that, but I think I like the idea of it. Layout in Nunjucks. How do they, I'm doing this because I forgot how they work and I want to remember layout. Oh, there's no layout thing. Isn't there some kind of way to have like a template with a placeholder in the middle? What would you call that? It's not one of these, or is it? Import? Expressions? Filters? Almost template inheritance. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Template inheritance is a way to make it easy to reuse templates. Yeah, that's what I want. When writing a template, you can define blocks that child templates can override. Then inheritance chain can be as long as you like. So do you have to name all blocks? Block header, block left, block right. And then we render this template and you say what you want in the blocks. I guess that's okay. What does this mean? You can store the template to inherit a variable and use it by omitting quotes. Inherit a variable and use it by omitting quotes. I don't know what that means. This variable can contain a string that points to a template file, or it can contain a template, blah, blah, blah. You can leverage inheritance with the extends and blocks tags. So we always have to use extends, right? To call it correctly. I think it's worth doing. Let's try it. I'll just make like a page.njk or something like that. Ooh. All right, let's title this so we can always get back to it. Multi-page site with classic block. Cool. Maybe we'll get organized and say templates. And then new file page.njk. And the page doesn't need a doc type and anything. It can be pretty chill. It's just what I want to do is not repeat the main element a bunch of times, which is, so this is such a very small reason to do this, but I'm doing it anyway, I guess. So main, and then how do you say where a block's going to be? Is it just like that? Block main end block? I guess. Block main end block. Fine. So then the index page will extend. Oh, maybe you'd put this include then in the template. You would. And then I have to like back up a level to get to parts because I'm nested now. Are you going to be happy with that or are you going to be mad? Maybe I have to go like that. Are you going to find it okay? No? Why? That's a bug, I guess. I want to back out a level and then get to parts. But it's like not, the pathing is not loving it. Why? I'm going to log that as a bug. It should be able to back out like that. I don't know. I was nervous about it and then I was right to be nervous somehow. I'm just going to put it at the root then. Get rid of this thing. And this is still a template, and now it can reach into parts just fine, I would think. Yeah, okay. So then we have to use that extends bit. Oh, look, it's just HTML. Does it want it to be HTML? Hopefully it works with Nunjucks too. So the index page would extends page.njk, and then you have to name the block that you're about to use. Like that. But it'll be blocks main and end block. Let me just grab all of it. This is a lot of work for a little benefit, but I think it's still cool. So main, and this is where I'll put the H1 home. And maybe that's going to run? Yeah, okay. So that's how I'm going to do all my pages. So about is about, and contact is contact. And I did all that work just so, because I wanted all my stuff in a main element. I didn't want to have to write main over and over and over in each one of those, you know? So this is kind of I don't know, I guess a half decent demonstration of how to not repeat yourself in that way. Don't hate it. So now I can like push this inside or whatever. I can just write main once here in CSS, say that has two remis in there too, and rock and roll. So now we have this multi-page site already. It's almost good enough for a template, you know, like philosophically on a template, I don't want to do a ton, but maybe we could do a little bit more here. I mean, add some paragraphs or images or something, or maybe not that, but maybe I'll just rock some view transitions. Do I have that memorized, how you do view transition yet? Absolutely not. Multi-page view transitions. I've done it a bunch of times. Oh yeah, we got to reference Dave. I wonder if Dave's even here. Are you here, Dave? Probably not. Got to enable the flag. Not anymore. You need that. That's the part I knew in my head, but I totally did not remember. We'll rip it at the top. And now they should fade. No, they don't, because I'm in Firefox, which is the one, because I'm in freaking Zen browser now. Let's try it in Safari, maybe. I'll reshare Safari because I want to do this. And so I'm going to close that and then change my browser to Safari Technical Preview, which it does not need to be Technical Preview, but I just happened to have it open because I was looking at that random stuff the other day with y'all. So now will they fade? Yeah, you see how they're kind of cross fading into each other? That's cool. But can we do better? They're all H1s. Can we give all H1s a unique view transition name? View transition name header. And I still think it's going to crossfade, but maybe not. Will it have different behavior? No, it's like almost feels like a faster crossfade or something. But like if just contact had like margin top on it or something, wouldn't it behave differently? Style, margin top, 100 pixels. So between home and contact. Oh yeah, see now how they move? That's proving that it's working, which I like. But it's not that interesting. What would be more interesting for should it like, I don't know, should the whole page move off to the left and some crap like that? Is that a thing you can do? Multi-page view transition in CSS, move entire page. I don't want to watch a YouTube. Well, I guess we could have finished reading Dave's. What did he do? Individual element transitions. That's what we just did, which is nice. We could stop it from doing that with reduced motion, but I don't think we need to go there yet. So those are individual things. I'm looking for one, like a demo. I should probably just look on CodePen. Why don't you look on CodePen, dude? View transition page. Oh my God. Of course the demos are going to be like amazing and like more than I need. That rules. Where's the view transition part? Is it actually a view transition? It looks like it is, maybe. Old page, new page. I don't see the... Oh, is it that? New page? I think this might be not actual view transitions, you know? I guess that's the... That's kind of what I was thinking, right? This is some ancient jQuery. We need to get better search back where I could like filter out old stuff. I mean, that's fun, but it's not quite what I was looking to do. Isn't there some way to do it? Like, does the DevTools have any hints at what's happening with the page transition when I click? You know, it's like the whole iframe like reloads page, so I can't like look in here while it's happening, you know? But isn't there some multi-page view transitions? Again, there's that classic blog post that's going to have the the CSS stuff that I just want to reference real quick. This stuff. We could give the entire page a view transition name. Is that interesting? You can go away. You can go away. Page. What happens if the entire page has a view transition name on it? Nothing, I guess. And doesn't the nav have to have it too, so it has like paint holding or whatever? Are we seeing a little flash? Or not really. I thought that was part of view transitions, is like this top black bar has some risk of going white real quick before it loads. Maybe it's like not happening because there's so little to render that it's so fast you don't even see it, or a paint holding of some kind is happening in between. But old and new is kind of what I was hoping for. Forwards type, backwards type. Isn't this old though? I'm nervous about referencing this because it's not that old. I think the original one was by Jake or whatever, and that one is long in the tooth, but this one is newer. Why is there all this JavaScript? No JavaScript allowed. Oh. What are types? View transition types in cross-document view transition? I didn't even know about that. Meh. Does Safari support them? I don't know. I mean, we can just try it, but I've never even heard of it. Something tells me it's maybe not ultra supported. It's not going to do anything, is it? Oh, even better. It's not going to... Oh, wait. Was it just re-rendering slowly? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Let's comment it out, though. It's kind of interesting to think about. Different animations depending on whether you're going to a higher page or lower page from the sequence. All right. We don't have time to like read all of it. But I wouldn't mind seeing a demo where something more exotic happens between pages. It also makes me think Adam Argyle probably has a good demo on this. What would we put in these select? Oh, is this what? Let's see what happens. Yeah, exactly, Tyler. That's what I'm talking about. Data page home. Old, new, whatever. So you have to select them differently? Like it's almost like you need a selector that's different on the different page, which we don't have because they all share the same document or whatever. Maybe the main needs to take out this template, needs a parameter that you use as a class or something. Maybe this has gotten away from us a little bit. Like, I think we can make this work. It's just that I was hoping for something a little easier where we could just go, view transition group, view transition root, and just, it would just be easier. I'm still going to chase it down a little bit because I think there's probably some kind of way. Can we make something happen in here? Like, what do you do in here? Do you set a... I'm going to not care about that. You call an animation of your own that's like 1 second long and keyframes page transition from, I don't know, background, not like that, from background red to Background greed or something. Will we see any? I'm just trying to see anything apply at all. Page transition. Is that enough? What else do I have to give animation for it to be valid? Is it going to decide that it's valid? Oh, we're not. There's nothing to see. Oh, God, it's kind of doing stuff, though. Go, look at that. Okay. I guess we're getting somewhere. We're getting further than I thought. That's cool. So don't we want to do different things for old and new? Oops. So the new one is like page coming in. If the page is coming in, it's going to be like translate of negative 100 dvw 0, like the entire width or something, 200. And the one that's leaving, page going out, page going out, is like the reverse of that. So this is 0, x. Oops. That's 0, and this is that. Yeah. I don't know. Do we only need one of them or something? Maybe we did too much there. So from contact to home, I kind of don't even understand what's happening there. There's like two things sliding. And what is sliding? Like, why doesn't the about slide? Is it because it has a view transition name? Maybe we hurt ourselves from giving the H1 a view transition name, so it's trying to like hold in place or something. If it didn't have it, would the whole page go? Oh, kinda. Man. Now let's put this back. Page. Oh, it's because I didn't call it the right thing. Page going out. Okay. We're in better shape. Almost. Why does it run twice? Home. About. That's so weird. Do we need like a longer delay? Is it weird that they're happening at the same time? Is what if I put it? Isn't the second parameter a delay? Somehow worse and better at the same time. Well, I don't know. It's kind of thing where I should probably learn a little bit more about this before getting after it. Why does it not leave though? Why in page going out, the entire page, the entire root is being translated off the page right there, but it doesn't go. It just stays there. Or no, it does, but the about page is underneath it immediately. So maybe as it's doing that, the opacity has to go to 0, but it starts at 0 here. No. Something very strange is happening there. Two things go out and one comes in. Whoop, whoop. I don't really get what's going on. We'd have to look at it. Like, is this supposed to be like a view transition group instead of view transition old and new? Like maybe it's just different naming. I'm sure I don't understand like the DOM structure that it temporarily builds. Oh, that's interesting with DevTools down here. What am I even looking at? Wow. Somehow I didn't realize I had that open. That's the layers panel in Firefox, huh? That's kind of impressive. Whoa. I wonder what that depth is. Is that CodePen itself with some kind of crazy depth that we're applying? I don't know. I forgot I had it open, frankly. I don't know. Maybe we'll leave it at that and play with it tomorrow, just as like a. Now we have a goal. Now we want a very simple multi-page site with very simple transitions between it. And what I want is to have very little CSS here. I don't want to go crazy with it. I want it to be easy to rip out and stuff, but just have it be satisfying to click between these pages and then be like, oh, look, CodePen can make a multi-page site like so easily. There's so little code here. It's not intimidating at all. It's not like scaffolding a Next.js site or something, which, you know, has its reasons for being how it is, but like simplicity sometimes feels great. So yeah, I won't play with that tomorrow. See you later.